Hey everyone, and welcome back. Thank you so much to everyone who's watching. This is Angel in the City of Glass. I am your DM, Fenway Jones, also known as Fen of the Teen DM, and these are my wonderful players. I'm going to let them introduce themselves and their characters so that you all know who is playing tonight. We will start with Casual.
Oh, God, I was not ready to be first. Hi, what can I say? The name's Jay, Casual Campbell. You can find me on all social media at Casual_Campbell, and Twitch, you can find me at Casual Campbell, where I do variety streaming, gaming, storytelling, entertainment, stand-up comedy, and I aspire to inspire to the day I expire with no plans to retire. I do a lot of creative things, including writing my own TTRPG, and we are only 2 weeks away from trying to launch some playtest content for people to show their experience of an anime shonen experience 5e compatible, where technology meets fantasy, where dragons are problems, so are cyborgs, where hipsters cast spells like an ancient wizard. It's a beautiful experience where you could be the anime protag of your dreams. And today I'm Apollo Don, the beastly barbarian who beatboxes beautifully. Yay.
And I love them so much. Thank you very much. Beth.
Hello, I am Beth the Bard, everywhere at It's Beth the Bard, and I DM She is the Ancient, a gender bent Curse of Strahd on Tuesdays here on Gilding Light. And that's what I've got going on. I'm going to be playing Winifred, a goblin-ish, motivational friend, like a follow-along comment cheerleader. Yeah, and yep. Next.
Amazing.
It's called a hype person, and I appreciate you.
Hype person. I was like trying to find the word.
Yep, and you do it because you us.
Everybody knows that's the Bardic subclass. It's called hype person.
Great, perfect, love it. Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam, better known on the internet as Is It Tinkerer. I write a lot of content in the world of PC and tabletop gaming. I cover many topics, mostly card games, on my website, Fantastic Universes. I create many Dungeons and Dragons supplements on the Apotheosis Studios blog. Today, in fact, I wrote a piece about silver elementals, which is these very dangerous blade-like entities that like to go and slash humanoids for ancient bloodlust and revenge. I also review games across PC platforms on .gg. I do variety Let's Plays on my own YouTube channel, The Hostile Atmosphere, and run my own gaming discussion podcast called The Hostile Takeover, where some of these fine people may appear very soon. I make a lot of content, but I like to talk about it, and I like to be dazzled by such fine people. Today, I will be Zumael, the religious and holy bard charged with the power of the immortal sun.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And last but certainly not least, Eddie, Discount Bard.
Hi everyone, I'm Eddie, your Loki Entertainment, otherwise known as Discount Bard. You can find me on all the various social medias at Discount Bard. I'm also here on Twitch, where I do variety content, primarily Sea of Thieves, but I've also been changing it up here and there. I'm also in the works of putting together a Sea of Thieves tabletop RPG one-shot that's going to be coming up in date pending, but it's going to be in the very near future. You'll also find me on various games such as this one, where I guest appearance. I'm also in... Which direction are you right now? I think you're this way. Here we are. Casual Campbell's Forge of Fate Volcania game that is happening on Sundays. I'm also on an unnamed game that is name pending that is going to be happening in the fall that I'm very excited for, reprising one of my favorite little goblin characters.
Ooh, fun.
But yes, that's me. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Your character?
Oh, that's right. I'm here to play a game today. I got so excited just talking about myself, as in true bardic fashion, I completely forgot to introduce my character. I today am playing Izzy Leatherlung, who is the Lord of Heavy Metal under the patronage of the Prince of Darkness, known as Ozzy. And I'm here to rock and roll.
Amazing. Thank you very much. And I believe you were going to give us our recap from last episode.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a perfectly flawless recap with no mistakes whatsoever, because that is the perfection that I strive to. Our adventure began with a group of interesting individuals who arrived on a strange carriage surrounded by crystalline beings. They found themselves to be in a strange sort of afterlife and made their way through the great beyond. The city of glass they have found, thanks to the princess, is capturing creative souls, and they were requested to get to the bottom of this predicament. In order to do so, they had to visit the various kingdoms of color in order to find clues as to how to get into the city of glass and to figure out why these people are disappearing. They made their way through the Red Kingdom and met a very lovely demon by the name of Cake, who turned out to be a very lovely individual with a great singing voice, and I still swear that I'm going to include them in my band one day. From there, they went on to the Blue Kingdom, where they met fairies and pixies who gave us delightful treats and portable beds that were able to shapeshift in various sizes that have been put to great use in these battles ahead. From there, they went to the Underwater Kingdom, meeting a dolphin who led them after being escorted by some lovely sharks who turned out to be very friendly and gave us some lovely breathing apparatuses that came very in handy. They also ended up giving us webbed hands, which I'm still not sure that we've ever gotten rid of at this point. So I think that they're now permanently affixed to our hands. It's a part of us now. And from there, they left the Underwater Kingdom to go to the Purple Kingdom, where they met an interesting little lightning creature who decided to take up housing within our good friend Apollo's shield. And after doing so, they met a strange hooded individual who tried to control the lightning creature. It seemed like they were hurting it or perhaps trying to do something to send it to the next beyond. But they were able to quickly apprehend this individual who had something. I believe they had a mirror on their face that I believe we ended up getting rid of, question mark?
That's right.
And from there, they went on to a shop where it was a glassmaker who was a rather peculiar shop to have in a area that was surrounded by buildings of metal. It turns out after a short visit in the shop and lots of destruction from our bardic friends who decided that this was not something that was going to stay standing, it turns out they may have met one of the very individuals that they were after in the first place, but she quickly vanished. From there, they found their way into a kind of an upside down, an alternate, almost a reflective reality, if you will, where they transverse. Words are hard, especially when you're a bard. Made their way over to the other side of the mysterious door, where they ended up fighting an unusual array of foes of inanimate objects, including a table and a bear and a mecha chimera. What an unusual set of foes. From there, they went to a room with mirrors in front of people's faces. And I believe, if I recall correctly, that was where we left off.
Yes, you did. Thank you very much for that delightful recap, along with Casual's depiction of it.
And I'm sure that not a single detail was missed.
We got it verbally and with interpretive dance. It's appealing to everyone.
Absolutely.
We're bards. It's what we
We're
do.
bards. It's perfect. It's exactly what we do.
You got all the important details, don't
Oh,
worry.
good. Okay.
You did great.
Great.
You have just now walked through a big set of glass double doors, and you have looked out into this bloodied city with large glass buildings. And these buildings, as you feel like they should be see-through, but they're not. You can tell that they're made out of glass, but they have some sort of, like, imagine one-way mirror type things, like people can see, or two-way mirror, I guess. People can see out, but you can't see in. And so it has that sort of reflective properties to all of the buildings. And all of the people, there are many, many different types of beings inside the city walking around. And all of them seem to be talking and laughing and completely distracted. You'll also notice that the floor and the ground inside of the city is also made of complete glass, except for this. This is see-through. And then there seems, if you look up, there also seems to be a dome over the city of glass, made of glass as well. When you look up, it is very fuzzy. You get very dizzy, and it's very strange feeling when you look up at the dome. When you look down, however, all you can see is red. You see large volcanoes and the reddest of ground, lakes of lava and fire. All it looks to be underneath the city.
I think we made it.
This is it? We're here?
Somehow, yes. The proprietor of that store was very much involved, almost claimed to create this place, or one of its inceptors. I feel that the sun has not shone here in a very long time. There hasn't been any joy, any music, any merriment. This is a cursed place.
I would like to run up to one of the people with a mirror in front of their face and grab their mirror from them.
Okay. Well, one thing happens before you do that, but you can do that. So you step foot off of like the platform that was leading out into the city, and as soon as you do so, the glitter that was covering your skin, still from the fairies, disappears. The necklace that was around your neck that was given to you by the princess shatters, and the cord turns to ashes. Anything else that you have gotten, the ring that was around your tooth turns to coal and breaks off. And the webbed fingers, all of the webbings between your fingers, like shrivel up and fall off.
Take a moment to panic about it and then run over and grab somebody's mirror.
Got it. So after you get done panicking and you run over to somebody and try and grab their mirror, you run up and you try and grab it. What do you describe to me how specifically you're trying to do so?
I assume they're all taller than me.
Not all of them. Like I said, there are tons of different beings inside of this. So there are some other lightning bolts. There are some every creatures from every kingdom besides the underwater kingdom.
Okay, I'm gonna size up somebody equal in size to me or smaller. I'm gonna run over like a bully and try and just smack it out of their hands.
Okay. So one thing I will describe is it's basically floating in front of their face.
I'm gonna smack it away from the air in front of
Got
their
it.
face.
So you smack at it and it like bobs and pulls their head with them. So like when the mirror moves, their head moves.
Going to grab onto the mirror from behind, activate primal savagery, and try to pierce and crack the mirror with my claws.
Okay. As soon as you start doing that, they start screaming and you see the piercing marks on their face.
Oh, I'm so sorry! Gonna walk back to my party.
Okay. And as soon as you walk back, they go back to like talking to themselves. You can see them talking to themselves in the mirror and then walk away like nothing happened.
Did they heal?
No, the piercing marks are still on their face.
I
And did
accidentally
the
hurt
mirror
someone.
repair?
We saw when it's a strong bond keeping these mirrors to these people.
Did the mirror repair itself, or is it still got the pierce marks as well?
The mirror repaired
How much distance is there between like the mirror and the person's face?
Probably a good 6 inches.
Oh, so it's like sort of like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Apollo's going to rush over to one of these things.
Mhm.
Probably one that's about roughly the same height-ish. I'm going to take the ink in their pouch and just smear it on a mirror.
Okay. So you smear your ink all over the mirror of, say, like a Goliath or something like that. And their eyes turn black, as if the ink is now covering their eyes. And then after a few moments, basically the mirror absorbs the ink, and it looks like their eyes absorb the ink as well. They go back to talking to themselves like nothing happened and don't even acknowledge you. Even if you wave your hand in front of their face, they don't acknowledge you.
Zubael,
Yes, Flynn.
you got the thing. Remember, you were like pew, and I have some of it too, and we could try it. The restoration.
It'll take some time to restore the souls of everyone in the city, but
We could see
could
if it
try.
works.
we can start. We can see if
So-
it works.
You can't move them. You can't smear them. What if we shatter them?
We may shatter the person beneath it.
And Apollo's going to, still being over here with the Goliath, is going to hold the mirror in one hand and shove the Goliath. Trying to shove it back away from the mirror.
Okay. So you shove the Goliath, or you try and shove the Goliath. And it almost looks like it's starting to take their face off.
Stop! Wait! Let's stop
Hold on,
doing
no.
that.
Also, I would like to point out, Apollo, as soon as you stepped foot off of that platform, the same things happened to you as they did to Winifred, except for your bed stops being animate and shrinks down to the tiny size of the fairies.
Oh, I want to put my bed back in my pocket.
It was inevitable.
It was inevitable. Apollo's going to use the magic awareness to see. Obviously, these mirrors have magic, but does there seem to be a source of magic that these things are attached to? That I can. It's within 30 feet of me, so I'm trying to track something.
Sure. So,
Oh, it's 60 feet. 60 feet.
as you can probably imagine, this whole city is lighting up with it,
Mhm.
Including all of the people that are here. And basically, you can see little threads of colorless magic that basically link the mirrors to something in the distance. But with your 60 feet, you cannot tell what.
Can I tell? Obviously, I can't tell where it's going, but do I see any like large structures or anything that looks like important in any capacity? Important or large?
So there are a couple of large buildings in the distance. Imagine like Cinderella Castle type deals in the distance. But those are all red. Deep, deep, deep red. The rest of the buildings are clear, like I said, but you can't see into them, and they vary in size.
Izzy is going to walk up to the closest individual with a mirror in front of their face, is going to look on the other side of the mirror, examine what their face looks like, and then stare into the mirror, turning their own face into an exact copy of the face that they just saw.
Okay, so you look into the mirror, you turn your face into the face of the person, and basically they look at this is the first time that they have looked at any of you, and the person looks at you, kind of tilts their head,
And I mimic them.
and they straighten back up, and then they kind of get very confused and look back at the mirror.
I change my face back to my own and say, boo.
As soon as you change your face back to your own, it doesn't even look like they can tell you're there.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
I disagree, friend. If anything, I think it's telling that the person isn't the one in charge.
With this Goliath still, I'm going to try and cover the Goliath's eyes.
Well, with what? Your hands?
With my hands.
You cover their eyes and they start like clawing at you.
Yeah, I'll let them go.
As soon as you let them go, they start to walk away, just talking to themselves again, as if nothing had happened.
Apollo's going to gently try to hit one of these glass walls with the full force of 1,000 moons.
So not gently.
Totally gently with the full
Okay.
force of 1,000 moons.
Got it. Okay. So one of the buildings or one of the dome wall?
I'm going to go for the buildings. I believe I'm much closer to the buildings than I am to the dome wall.
Okay. So you run up to one of the buildings. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
To shine like the sun, you must burn like it. Takes inspiration.
Cool. I'm also going to do this recklessly because why not?
You can't be. How could you recklessly
nothing
punch a
more
wall?
While
Once you-
Apollo's working on that, I'm running around and like painting mustaches on everybody's face that walks by.
Okay. You paint mustaches and they don't even pay attention. They just
Oh.
they just talk to themselves like they're like regular.
Yep.
That's a 21 to gently punch the wall with the force of 1,000 moons.
Great. Roll damage.
That's 13,000 moon damage.
Okay. You crack the glass of the building, and the building itself shudders. And then the crack starts to like come off of the wall and builds this bubble of glass and like goes over top of you. And so now the wall is fixed and you are inside of this. It looks shattered, but it also feels completely strong. Glass wall.
So I'm inside of it.
Correct.
Yeah, Apollo's fur is going to become like a deep, deep brown. And I'm going to relentlessly just try to punch my way out.
Mm-hmm. After a few punches, it doesn't take much, but after a few punches, you can get out of it.
I know, Apollo, you're free now.
Apollo, my percussive friend, what happened?
You got trapped in a bubble.
I don't like cages.
Friend, fear not. You are free now. You are not any longer confined.
You never will be again.
Don't punch the walls. Just paint lots of mustaches.
Don't punch the walls unless I'm there to do it with you.
Be careful, because it looks as though these walls punch back.
Apparently so. Did all of us see these strands that you mentioned earlier? Was this visible to all of us?
No, that was only visible when Apollo. Said, yeah.
Yeah, my magic awareness does the strands.
So they seemed to pay attention when I gave my incredibly convincing performance. However, It seems like anything other than themselves, they don't seem to pay any mind to.
Izzy, go ahead and roll insight.
Insight is going to be a 17 plus something. 3. That'll be a synthetic 20.
All right. So with your insight, you are able to, with that realization, understand that these mirrors are somehow enchanting the people of this place to become obsessed with their own hubris. They're obsessed with themselves and will not acknowledge anything else, and will get very aggressive if you try and block them from seeing themselves.
Y'all, I think I know what we just found.
What did you find, friend?
I think we're surrounded by artists.
I don't quite follow.
Don't you see? The only thing they care about is themselves.
Therefore,
Never mind.
no, please. I want to just understand your thinking. Artists introspectively thinking only about themselves.
The most
Yeah.
important thing to an artist is obviously themselves. So they are tricking them into seeing only what but themselves in the most literal sense.
So they're all narcissists.
What are they getting out of it?
I'm not sure what that word means, but yes, they are obsessed with themselves.
That is what that word means, but we'll never mind.
One thing, Izzy, that you will remember is that when you looked into the mirror of that person, there was no one else in that mirror. Like, they didn't see any of the surrounding people. There are tons of people walking around in the city, but in the mirrors, they can only see themselves and nothing else.
Izzy is going to test this theory further by proceeding to go in front of each mirrored individual and mimicking the exact same act.
With their faces?
Yeah, pretty much go in front of this mirror, mimic this person. Go in front of this mirror, mimic this person.
They all give you pretty much identical reactions. You seem to snap them out of it for about 2 seconds, and then they go straight back.
But why? What would someone seek to gain from this?
Controlling
That's
them.
what I'm saying. Somebody else is getting something out of this.
Feeding on them, using them as slaves.
Out of curiosity, since there's creatures of all types, are there any shifters?
There are. But all of the shifters that are here are in their natural form, and none of them that you have seen have changed at all.
Okay, so Apollo, in like a mild state of panic, still brown furred, will rush over to one of them and try like shaking them.
You shake
Kinda-
them, and they continue to talk to themselves. They're having full-on conversations with themselves, and now that you are paying attention to it, themselves in the mirror is talking back.
Like having like a responsive conversation, or like
Correct.
echoing them.
A responsive conversation.
Can I tell like the general gist of the conversation, or is it super just literally casual conversations?
Most of the conversations are about things that have happened in that person's life. The only thing that you have never heard mentioned is how they died.
So while shaking one of them, listen, wake up, please, wake. And gonna start shaking a little more aggressively. You already died. I don't want more people to hurt. No more hurting.
They seem to like their eyes dilate as if in reaction to actually hearing that, but they don't process it.
Apollo is going to then hug this shifter, squeezing tight. Listen, please, if we can get you out, then you can do art and people can hear you or see what you do. But if you stay stuck, no one will ever know. And then you may die forever. Please?
As soon as you say art or anything creative, they say creativity is not a gift. And then they go back to talking to themselves. That is the only thing that they respond to.
What does that mean?
And Apollo will like let go and kind of like drop to their knees. Fur turning white.
Going to take off the necklace, take off the breathing tooth ring, and any other adornments, and sort of put it in their satchels and stuff, because aware they're all having a reaction as soon as they step away. Go up to someone of a similar height, just look them square, aware that the webbing's probably vanishing and some of the other stuff is vanishing as well. We'll just go up to them and say, "Friend, what do you create?"
You get the same response. Creativity is not a gift.
I'm not sure. Let's do a wisdom save just for me. Okay.
Seeing how Apollo is really panicking about this shifter, I am going to use my special little wand and I'm going to shoot a web over the shifter's eyes. Like, intentionally, like a really sticky, just like I want to completely cover their eyes and they can't claw at anyone and see if there's anything that can be done.
Okay, so you do that. I'm not even gonna make you roll because they're not paying attention to trying to avoid it. Apollo, if you look into the mirror, the person in the mirror does not have webbing over their eyes. The person on the outside is clawing at the webbing and starts to life and kind of as soon as they realize they can't get it off, they fall to the ground and start like sobbing.
And Apollo's gonna kind of get closer. Okay, it's okay. Someone told me that we can make art and have fun and it'd be okay.
They're in between their sobs. You get the same response. Creativity is not a gift.
And
then what is the purpose of art?
Art creates faith. Faith is not a gift.
Angrily, Apollo is going to like rush over to Izzy. Guitar. Take out your guitar.
Yes.
And then Apollo is going to start shifting, go into a rage, and start beating on their chest. And I am going to attempt to use my bolster magic on Izzy, myself. I have 4 uses for one of each of us. So we can add a D3 whenever making a tech roll or ability check. And they can add that to all that. Basically, I'm bolstering the magic and using my bardic inspiration on each of us. Music. You said music's fine.
Well, you don't need to tell me twice.
La 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 la.
I was told that music will set us free.
La
Tell
la
me
la.
what legend that you can be. If it's okay to be myself, I promise you can be yourself. I promise we'll walk 1,000 miles. I'll fight for 1,000 smiles.
La la la.
My friend, to the end. And attempting to put on an enchanting performance.
I love it. I love it very much.
Worth a shot.
You get a response from everyone, but I very much doubt that it's a response you expect or want. Everyone that can hear this starts immediately sobbing.
Thank you.
Okay,
Have
I
no
know
fear,
that my
don't
performance is
shed.
not that bad. Unless these are tears of joy, in which case, yes, you deserve those
Of
tears of
course
joy.
they are.
I
Have
think,
no
and
fear,
if this
don't
isn't
shed a tear. Please sing along, and you sing so long. Don't shed a tear. Have no fear. Come along and sing with us. It's a must. Oh, please sing along.
Everybody is continuing to sob, except for if you look into any of the mirrors, everyone in the mirror looks very angry. Has grown horns and looks bright red.
Yeah, and Apollo is going to, for the duration of my rage, I am going to be doing this. And I want to emphasize that I'm beating my chest for the beat using this echo to make the music because I have to take damage or attack. So I'm attacking my own chest to keep my rage going.
And I'm going to make it explicitly clear that the louder Apollo gets, the louder Izzy is going to get to match.
Got it.
Constantly
Perfect.
trying to one-up each other.
Escalate.
somehow Zumail just keeps the sort of like melodic bass of their baritone just perfectly in tune without really trying, but just aware of the scaling going up and up and up.
Absolutely. And then there's Winifred,
La
who's just
la
having
la
fun.
la la la.
You know what? I think you know what Winifred needs? Either a tambourine or maracas.
Do you have any?
And then I will use, at mid performance, I will use my performance of creation to create maraca bean, which is a tambourine handle with maracas that can shake.
Oh yeah.
I
Are
love
these-
it.
Are these for me?
Please take it, make the rhythm of the song. Join us, come along, please, and let them be free.
La 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 la.
You know what this performance needs is more dissonance. Where's our little Sparky friend?
That's right.
Oh, Sparky Friend was taken back to Crystal Kingdom with the princess.
I think
Uh,
no, I think Sparky's still on my shield.
Still on the
Yeah.
shield.
Oh,
Oh, snap.
Sparky's still in the shield.
Oh, the dude with the face went with the princess. Yes.
Come, little
Face.
friend, be with us. Let the song echo from the voice of thrust. Come through, let 'em strum. Let the volume come and hum.
La la la. La
You no
la.
longer sense his presence in your shield.
Oh,
Not Sparky!
Apollo is not stopping because as long as I am raging for this minute, I am relentlessly beatboxing, chest ripping, and harmonizing. Let us go. Because the things in the mirrors are still changing, evolving, getting angry.
Very angry.
Apollo's fur is now changing to a bright blue as Apollo is doing like a Disney Channel special, going up to each person and singing with them. Lift your head and look to the sky. Don't tell them why. I believe we can do this as we come together forever. To the next one lifting their head. So don't hang low. Don't you ever know. Each and every
One.
almost dancing in this moment.
I follow along, hitting them in the head with the maracas and yelling la la la.
They all seem to respond slightly when you lift their heads toward the top of the dome. But then immediately they look down and say, "No, we must go there."
What's there? Where are they pointing to?
They're looking down into where previously you had seen the lakes of lava and the volcanoes, the fire, and the red desert.
Do you think cake has something to do with this?
Sincerely hope not.
I mean, I can understand why that place would be appealing. It was a lovely place.
Apollo's rage infused, the werewolf change form, and all that is going to keep singing and dancing down this road towards the red castles.
Got it. Okay.
Oh no, you're not getting away from us, and I'm gonna just strumming along as I'm following along.
La, 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 la.
Oh,
Zamail's just like floating.
Running, and somebody's like, yes.
yes. This is just our our Scooby Doo run right now at this point. It's just like something else floating. It's just like the power of rattling and just like
That's
beating
exactly
and
what is
strumming. It's all
happening
great.
here.
Is he just floating along on his, bat wing boots?
So we approach the castles nice and quiet and stealthy like.
No.
As a bard would.
No.
Yeah, about as stealthy as a stampede of elephants.
Right.
We were never told this was a stealth mission. We're fine. Stealth is optional, means going loud. Going loud. Duh.
Unless we are so loud that we have deafened everyone to the point in which they cannot hear us.
Oh, we vented loud and we came out the other side. Perfect.
Zumael, roll me a history check.
That's something good. That's a 15.
The place that you can see through the bottom of the dome and the floor of the City of Glass matches the description perfectly of the level of hell that the princess had mentioned earlier.
The fourth layer, the frozen, but we thought there was a frozen layer, wasn't it?
It's half and half,
The
actually.
fillet ghost.
Yes, the fillet ghost. It is half and half. And if you look as you continue on through the city, actually about halfway through the city, the belowness changes to this frozen.
Yeah, so the lava sort of freezes and becomes like glaciers and stuff. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, Zumail knows it from their reading and their extensive religious knowledge. Like they had suspicions, but they didn't want to really admit it. It was just continuing on with the look upon yourselves and create again once more.
And now you are causing an entire city to sob.
It's like
But-
music to my ears.
It's because
Just
it's beautiful.
love it.
Tears of joy.
The tears are not advisable, but at least they are feeling something.
And Apollo has shifted to like all fours and using the rhythm of their run to maintain the beat.
Our
Okay.
friend the percussionist has entered the beast.
This is really becoming a Disney movie.
It truly is. Winifred, make me a perception check.
Oh boy, that's a terrible idea. Okay, let's do that.
Just use lightning on the thing that means lightning. It's fine.
6.
Okay, you don't notice anything.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't.
That sounds about right. That's on par.
Everything.
It's fair. It's fair. Apollo, how focused are you on the people with the mirrors?
I would say 60% focus. Like I'm trying to make sure I don't run into somebody while I'm trying to get to the castle. But I also, if anybody's like within my range of running, I'll notice them. But I'm not looking to the side.
Make a perception check, but at disadvantage. Zumael and Izzy, go ahead and make a regular perception check.
Oh, cool. I'm in shifter. I have advantage on this. It's flat
Winifred
now.
is literally just spinning circles with her eyes closed and like has her batwing cloak up and is just spinning, holding the maracas, going la 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 la, like to no beat at all.
Izzy
That's
is reveling in the glory of this beat.
Okay.
24.
I did not roll well.
24. Okay. All right. Zumael.
13.
Okay. Apollo, you notice it quicker, but both of you, Zumael and Apollo, notice there are every once in a while a couple of creatures in the crowds that don't have mirrors on them.
Oh, okay. So things about to get real hot because halfway through running, if I see someone without a mirror, I'm grabbing them mid-run without stopping.
Okay. You run up, so basically, I'll describe it to you. Basically, there is this creature that looks to be it's a very triangle head, bright red eyes, lots of teeth, a very muscly. It's not wearing clothes, but it also doesn't have the need to. It's very spiny. It has 2 arms, 2 feet, but it also has 2 wings and a tail. And it's very pink, purple, reddish, and is not a very appealing creature.
Yeah, I'd like to grab it by its neck and maintain and grapple and keep running. I don't want to stop running.
Okay, go ahead and make a contested grapple check, which would be athletics.
Athletics, yay.
Did you beat a 5?
No.
I got a 28.
I was gonna say.
My athletic modifier on its own is a 9. So I heard 5. I was like, oh,
You
I guess I
almost
This
can't
is
not
like
do
the
this.
most
You-
epic grab of all time.
you quintupled mine.
yeah. Like, whoo.
Like, I rolled real bad. So you grab this creature by the neck and it starts struggling with you, but obviously it cannot release itself from your grip. And you just continue running. None of the other people notice what's happening. However, the other creatures notice what's happening, the ones without the mirrors, all look identical to the one that you are holding right now. And they all disappear.
Including the one I'm holding?
The one you're holding does not disappear. At least not yet.
It
So
looks as though this friend is coming with us now.
Apollo is still in the ultimate state of rage. So Apollo is, while running, still on all fours, will constantly try to slam this creature into the ground with every other step.
Okay. All right. Go
Izzy-
ahead. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just say, and Izzy is strumming a power chord every single time the foe hits the ground.
Great. I love it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Go ahead. Make an attack roll. Just like a regular.
Like an unarmed
attack.
type.
Yeah.
It's great because I'm an unarmed fighter. So
Exactly.
that's a 22.
Okay, go ahead and roll your regular damage plus 2d6 from slamming it into the ground.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, plus rage. That'll be 20 points of power cord damage.
You slam this thing into the ground and it just like shrivels up and turns to ash.
I scoop up the ash. I run over
Damn.
and say, look, yeah. And I start
That-
scooping it up.
That non-lethal damage was more lethal than I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
Apollo's not stopping. Apollo's going for this red castle.
What was it? Wait, Apollo, what did you kill?
A murderer fiend, Winifred. We can't dilly or dally.
Okay, just gonna get some more of these. Okay,
I'm just gonna like grab fistfuls and shove it in my
Get the
pockets.
clump.
Apollo's fur
okay, got it.
is now a blend of purples, blues, reds, and pinks.
Back. Okay. What did Apollo kill?
Some form of fiend, I don't know.
Apollo, slow down. I can only fly so fast.
Yeah, Apollo is moving at 40 feet per walking, so
That checks.
So, about halfway to the castle. You have just passed the halfway point of the city. Or, that you've just passed the halfway point of the city, so about halfway to the castle. There's this person who has a mirror in front of their face, but the mirror kind of swivels around and goes to the back of their head, and they just stand in front of you, Apollo.
how tall are they?
Probably 5 foot-ish.
I jump over them.
Okay. And then they specifically, they're going to try and grab you.
They are welcome to try.
Fair. They're going to try. I never said they would be successful.
We should turn that person into ash too.
Well, they seem special, Winifred. Maybe we
contested
should only
athletics,
turn them into
right,
ash
yeah.
if they deserve it.
They'll be special ash.
What was that? Okay. 22.
They also got a 22. So they're going to grab you and stop you from running.
Yeah, they're gonna Apollo's in beast mode. Yeah, Apollo's gonna punch the living daylights out of them.
Well, as soon as you turn around, the person, before you get a punch in, and you can absolutely punch them at as much as you would like after they say this, but they say the princess wishes to see you.
Damn, Apollo's already decided to punch, so oops.
Princess wishes to see you, Crunch.
It's still reckless, so
Yeah, go right ahead.
that's maybe I won't hit him. A 15?
Oh, that definitely hits. They're
Yeah,
like
that
a
hits.
commoner person.
Yeah.
They
They're
just
very
happen to have a +2 modifier to their strength. They crit on the roll.
That's gonna be 8 points of get off me damage.
Okay, so you punch them in the face. The mirror shatters. They fall to the ground, and basically, like, you can see basically their ghost float up from them, and then it floats down through the floor.
I'm gonna
My
try and grab it.
non-lethal punches are intense, guys.
I'm gonna run up, even though there's no way Winifred could feasibly grab a ghost. But I'm gonna and I'm gonna jump, and I'm gonna be like trying to grab at it, and then I'm just gonna
Wait
be
a
like
minute.
slamming myself against the
Wait
ground,
a
like,
minute.
Oh, I can get it.
Okay. And the reason I will point out to you, you are not actually killing them. You're dropping them to 0 hit points. And when they drop to 0 hit points, in this realm, that means something completely different than it does in real life.
Yeah. Apollo has no concept of this.
Yep, fair. Another person who, this time it's a little gnome, whose mirror, again, floats from the front to the back, and you can see them looking at you twice. And they look at you. The princess wishes to see you.
The princess isn't here.
Let me see if
The
Apollo
real
stops.
princess wishes to see you.
Fuck, I rolled a 4.
I'm sorry,
Apollo's
what?
still running.
I knew it. I knew they were shifty. Wait,
I'm gonna grab the gnome.
Okay, you grab the gnome.
I say, lead the way.
Yes, take us to your leader.
Put
To
you
the
down.
princess?
The princess wishes to see you.
Tell us more.
We gathered that part, yes.
The princess, not necessarily our princess.
She will be your princess.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Thank
we're
you for
gonna
your-
need a little more information, or I'm gonna have to add your nose to my collection.
Yes, Winifred has a very extensive nose collection, don't you, Winnie?
I do.
We will meet your princess on one condition. We require a grand entrance.
Princess
we need to be
wishes
formally
see
announced.
you.
Ah, the warm and charming bedside manner knows no bounds. I find that for Dizzy, but I don't think they're willing to accommodate our needs. How
Can I-
pedestrian.
Can I take their nose?
Oh, I really asked too much.
They don't respond to you, Winifred.
What? Well,
I put the gnome back down.
It starts walking away from you.
wait.
We need
Okay,
to follow
are we-
along.
Are we meeting this princess or are we smashing something?
Apollo didn't stop running. I failed my wisdom save.
Damn it, Apollo!
All right, bye, friend.
Apollo's assuming the castle. Apollo's
Is the gnome walking in the same direction as Apollo?
Similar, not exactly.
How far away is Apollo right now?
Apollo's probably like 60-ish feet.
60. Dang. Okay. Never mind.
You too.
Hold on, let me see what I've got. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt. No.
Ooh.
That's fair.
Ooh, ooh,
That's
ooh,
actually a
ooh,
fair
ooh.
choice.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
I mean, it might work this time.
I might have an ooh.
Ooh.
I need to see what is the range on this.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wait.
60 feet. Haha. So Izzy is going to with a loud booming voice that echoes exactly 60 feet, strum a major chord on his guitar, and it is going to reach Apollo's ears, and Apollo is going to hear the word "Stop!" as I use my Mantle of Majesty to cast command at Apollo.
That's a wisdom save, right?
I
Yeah.
think it's a wisdom save, yes.
So I rolled it, right? I got a natural 20.
Oof.
However, Apollo is going to hear Izzy yelling "stop" at that tone and is going to grind across the ground because at the speed I was running, I was just going to go trying to like stop. But I feel like the glass slippery, so I'm going to also stumble a bit as I'm like roll a bit and get up like, you know, a dog that stumbles and then
And you're gonna see a horse fly kind of buzzing around your face that just goes,
Get back over here.
and Apollo in full force is going to run back.
Okay.
my little
Okay.
horse fly flies back and turns back into a little trinket.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
Well,
um,
now that we've got that sorted out.
are you following the gnome?
We've been given an invitation, Apollo, to meet the princess. Not necessarily the princess we first met, but the princess.
They aren't giving us a formal announcement. This doesn't feel so much of it like an invitation as much as it is a demand.
I'll follow the gnome. They've got a good nose.
I do believe this would probably my raid would have ended by now, so Apollo will finally start to get smaller and less like in a little more casual dog.
Or casual.
Look, my friend, we're gonna get through this a lot better if we stick together. You
course.
have an impressive level of speed, and if you run off, the rest of us are not going to be able to do much to be able to help you out.
Sorry, I was holding back. Sorry.
Nothing to apologize for, but just we're a band. We stick together.
Okay.
Come here, Apollo. Come here.
That's the
Come
stuff.
here.
And yeah, good old smack on the back.
We follow.
We follow the
gnome. So you're following the gnome, and abruptly the gnome stops. And she turns around and she pulls these 4 wrapped packages out of seemingly nowhere. She hands one to you, Winifred, with your name on it, and to Izzy, and to Apollo, and to Zumail.
I rip it open.
This is not.
I need you to
this-
make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
I'd say this doesn't feel like a gift giving.
Oh. I got a 2.
You can add a D3 to that because
A
of magic bolstering.
Wait,
It
did
won't
you
make a
say a-
difference.
D3?
Yeah,
Yes.
Is that
Look,
wait?
I don't
That's
make
something
well,
that
difference.
exists.
It's a thing.
I just do a D6 and then 1 and 2 is 1, 3 and
Oh, I
4
have
is
one.
2.
Oh, got it.
I-
Okay.
I have one.
You have an
What?
actual
Even-
D3?
I have a D.
How is that even physically possible?
It's like sort of oval shaped, and it's sort of like
Yeah.
has the numbers pointing up like a D4.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good. Can you roll a D6 because my brain is trying to picture an oval and it's just not comfortable.
I'll send pictures in the Discord. It's all good.
Yes,
I
please
got a
do.
2.
Yeah,
So
you
that
got
would
a.
be
That
a-
means you got
a
a
1?
4.
4.
Oh, you got a 2.
Okay.
That's a 1. Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah.
So
You got
2 on top of my other thing is still nothing.
Reminding you have it for later.
This mirror floats up in front of your face.
Yeah, I was scared of
Oh
that.
crap.
And now all you can see is yourself. Your friends have disappeared, but the memories of them have started to disappear as well. You're like, who was I just here with? Why was I here? But I need to go see the princess. You don't have any recollection of anyone except for yourself and the princess.
Gonna see the princess.
Yeah.
I take my package and I throw it on the ground.
You hear shatter.
Yeah, and Apollo is going to pick up Winifred and try to like hug and squeeze to like be in the way of the mirror.
Okay. Winifred, you feel this foreign hugging and squeezing sensation, but you can't see what's doing it to you.
Going to see the princess.
What is the meaning of this?
We don't appreciate being deceived.
The princess
Right.
asked me to give these to you.
To what end?
To that end. We all must be like this.
Apollo accidentally punts the gnome with the full force of 1,000 moons.
Accidentally.
Accidentally.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. They are not expecting this, so they're not gonna.
Most people don't expect an accidental punt. That's a 22.
They go flying. Oof. You can no longer see them. However, you do hear a thud about 40 feet away.
I
But-
wasn't done asking them questions, but I appreciate the enthusiasm though. That was
They're
very
about-
much what I wanted to do.
10 seconds later, a goblin walks up to you all. Mirror floats back to the back of their head and says, "Now really, the princess wishes to see you."
We will see the princess on our own recognizance and without her trinkets, and we'll just sort of place it on the ground between him and the guard.
Start zombie like walking towards them.
Immediately, the moment that this creature comes within range, Izzy is going to strum a powerful power chord on the guitar and thunderwave them the hell away.
Okay. All right. They have to make a con saving throw?
I think it's con.
Sounds like
Yeah.
con.
Oh, about a 3.
Okay, yeah, so
Much like what Apollo did.
very much so. Not
This-
quite as profound as the force of a moon, but we'll go ahead and
1,000 moons.
1,000 moons, but we will go ahead and give them 5 thunder damage and blast them 10 feet back.
They go
Okay.
a lot further than 10 feet.
Oh, good.
They just fly back. Whee!
And Apollo
I'm
will
taking
keep-
notes for my next show because this would be great for cinematic effect.
Apollo will be standing and will keep hold of Winifred and like the intention is to try to keep from being able to see into the mirror.
Okay. Winifred, there is something blocking you from seeing yourself.
We need to get to the castle now. Go. We need to.
I'm
Am
gonna
I breaking away easier than the other people were?
A little bit, but not too much.
So
you've
like,
only-
am I like angry? Am I crying? Like what?
You're angry. Very angry.
Izzy is gonna try what he did last time and go in front of Winifred's mirror and mimic her.
Ooh.
That's good. That's good because she was about to go primal savagery on poor Apollo.
I prepared for that.
Winifred, you then see yourself again, but it is not in the mirror, so it is very confusing to you.
This isn't real. You've been tricked. You have
Going
one of
to
those mirrors in
see
front of
the
your face.
princess. Going to see the princess.
Yes, we
Winifred,
can
go
see the princess later, but first we need to deal with the matter at hand.
Winifred, the voice talking to you is your own, but it's not saying the things that you expected it to say. Please make me a wisdom saving throw, this time at advantage.
At advantage.
Correct.
You're like, I'm gonna give Winifred a chance. It's not gonna
No,
work.
no, that's not what I was. Well, yes, that's what I was trying to do, but not just because, but
Oh.
because
Okay, so first was 11, second was 16. So that's the highest.
plus a D3.
Plus
That's
a
a D3.
plus a D3.
They could have made it a D4. It would have made life easier, but they didn't want to
So,
do that.
So that's a
That's-
6. What is that's a 3?
That's a 3.
That's a
Yeah.
3.
That's a 3.
Yeah.
So 19. I can math.
It's okay. D3.
All of you hear the shattering of glass. Apollo, you're gonna take 2 piercing damage from the glass mirror that you were basically in front of, shattering, and some of the shards embedding into your skin. Winifred, you feel very dizzy and cloudy,
Oh,
and you have the worst headache of your life.
Welcome back. Welcome back, friend.
what do you mean?
You were possessed by the dark of the mirror.
No, I
Which-
possess people.
I
don't
will
get
say, Possessed by the Dark Mirror sounds like a wonderful piece to write in the future. However, yes, it was not a very pleasant experience.
Oh, my head hurts. Why are my
It's-
claws out? Was someone?
It's
Are we
okay.
fighting someone?
You weren't
came-
about to fight us.
You were about to fight either us, yourself. I mean, it was not a pretty picture.
No.
It's time to go. I need whoever the princess is.
Where'd the gnome go?
Now, on the
Several
other
bits
hand,
away.
if we do stay here, we may get to keep on punting things.
Do remember, friends, that there are souls of people trapped by whatever forces made the City of Glass. I'd like to get them freed and not sent to the hells.
Oh, when you're right, you're right.
It is a burden that some must bear.
And then Apollo is
So-
going to cast Longstrider.
Oh
Okay.
God.
And then we're going to dash
Okay.
the castle.
Got it. Okay.
Are
Would
you
I
still
have had
right?
enough
Apollo?
foresight to see that this is what you're about to do?
All you're hearing is boom, 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 zoom, 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 and
Okay.
then sprint.
If
Are
I
you
if I heard the word zoom, I would like to think that I would be able to put 2 and 2 together fast enough to grab onto whatever part of you I could grab onto.
There's like a cloak and some fur.
Sure.
Are you still blue? Are you still like mostly blue?
The official color is more so is red.
Okay, so if you were okay, I was going to say if you were blue and we've got to go fast, then that's a bad reference.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go faster, faster, faster. Nope, not doing it. We're not making
Anyway.
a Sonic Apollo.
And meanwhile, Izzy dragging along.
Did you even put me down, Apollo, or am I just like
no.
in your armpit?
You're in my you're cradled as we're just
Oh my head! Oh my
And
arms!
so
Like a
you
football
guys
player.
take off, and Sumo just sort of stands there with the goblin guide, and I'm just sort of like,
Oh no, the goblin guy was thrown.
oh yeah,
The
the
Thunder
goblin
Wave.
guy's
Goblin was
underway.
also punted.
Okay,
Yes.
so Sumo
we,
very just
we
very
punted a gnome
calmly
and
just-
blasted a goblin.
That's yep, that's
Lovely.
what it was.
I guess Sumo's just got to like very slowly just. No, Sumo's going to pull out a very ornate lyre, play a few tunes, and cast Fly, which hopefully is enough of a speed to fly above.
It does give you a fly speed of 60 feet, so you should theoretically be able to keep up with the Apollo.
yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine.
The Apollo goblin changeling blur, whatever it is.
All aboard the Apollo Express.
I'd rather fly than take the train, but okay.
Most people would, especially not this. This is a pain train.
Were you trying to stop him or them? Is he?
No, this was more just you're not getting away from me. I'm going with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you grab onto Apollo. Apollo is holding Winifred, and Zumael is flying.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
Apollo-
I couldn't stop them if I tried.
No.
This is true.
So you are all almost quite literally almost all flying.
Some literally, some figuratively.
Right. Where are you headed, Apollo?
There's a red castle, and Apollo's going to the one place that stands out. So this reddish castle is where we're headed.
Okay. So you head to the Red Castle and you pass a bunch of people, and every once in a while someone will step in front of you and go, "The princess wishes to," and you just pass by them.
Their mail
princess
delivery
was-
service is not very clear.
Can we do a drive-by punting?
We're not punting anyone. They are still possessed people.
I would say yes if I wasn't using my action to dash. Otherwise,
I can do like a from under Apollo like stab. Just
I mean,
You're not.
I'm sure Izzy is shattering a few ears on the way down, just the
That's
entire
a-
way.
That's okay. They can recover from burst eardrums. Death is not what we want.
yeah, that's all that's happening here is
Yeah,
the full
yeah.
sprint.
Absolutely. And so you are about to reach the castle. You all hear a voice in your head. It is a princess you met originally. She says, "My power is very weak here. obviously you lost the necklaces, and this is why and that is why I'm not able to talk to you. But you need to be careful. This princess, and you could hear the air quotes in her voice, she's not what she seems.
Do you know her? Do you know who we are about to meet?
So the voice you're hearing in your head almost seems like, imagine like in a recording type deal. So the necklace came off. You had a few minutes for it to realize that it wasn't going back on. And so now you're hearing the voice. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Right,
like
so
we
it's a-
lost our phones and we logged in online and got the voicemail that was left behind.
Right. It's literally a voicemail.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'd like to continue sprinting like 1,000 suns.
Sounds
Thousand
like a
somethings.
plan.
And I'd like to continue screaming relentlessly.
Okay, you get a few more. The princess wishes, and then, obviously you pass by them because you're not paying attention to them anymore. And you reach the Red Castle, and you get there and you realize there's actually 3 of them. It looks like one from far away, but there's actually 3.
Is there anybody with mirrors?
No, this place is void of people.
All right, so Apollo's going to do what Apollo does best, and whichever one's closest has a door.
Okay, so it's like 1, 2, 3. They're in like a little triangle.
And we're approaching from, I'm guessing, like the flat side, so to
Correct.
speak.
So
Which one's
theoretically,
closest?
you can see there's 2 that are closer to you, and then there's the one in the back, but you can see all 3 doors.
All right, so I'm going to roll a D3 apparently. Left.
We're trying to find the princess, or are we trying to avoid the princess?
We're trying to solve the mystery of why people are being taken. If that means finding this princess to bring them to account or to set free one of these people, maybe one could lead to the other.
And we're trying to solve the why art is not a gift.
Take it,
Izzy,
breathe,
you look
friend.
really tired.
Oh, Apollo didn't stop.
Oh,
Yeah, no. As I was approaching, there's a one to the left, so Apollo's like making a sharp left and going for that castle. And I'm looking for the
So
front
this
door.
really sounded more like,
you don't look so good, Izzy. Are you okay?
Well, Zumiel's just like furiously strumming the lyre, just like over it, just like this like sunlight afterglow coming off of them, just like.
You reach the door, Apollo. What would you like to do?
Oh, see, I wasn't trying to reach the door. The door is nothing but a window that meant to be broken. I'm going through it. Shoulder charge.
You run into it, and it feels like you've just ran into like a really thick metal door. You bounce back.
Doing
dizzy.
it again. I'm going to drop Winifred and then do it again.
Winifred but noisy. Okay, sure.
Ow.
So by some miracle, I managed to roll to hang on to you, but I'm sure that the momentum of my body still went flying forward.
So
There's a small chance of that.
you run into the door, Apollo, again, and you leave an Apollo-sized, head-sized dent in the door. But it does not budge. And then Izzy, you fling forward, and the back of you hits the door. And now there is a Izzy head-sized dent in the door as well.
But I'm still holding on. No, you're going back again. Okay.
Yeah. Apollo is believes 3rd time's the charm.
Sure, you run forward, and unfortunately, 3rd time is not the charm.
Yeah.
If it didn't work the first time, then it's not gonna work the second time.
And then yeah, Apollo's finally gonna be after like stumbling back, like door's strong. Mm.
And after the third time, this figure appears in front of you. You recognize her as the older lady that was running the glass door. But she looks very holographic.
Okay. Whew.
And she says, I heard that one.
Please continue.
Are you feeling better?
Now I am, yes.
Okay, good.
If you wanted to get in, you could just ask.
But we don't particularly respect your opinion. We want to go in as we please.
Yeah.
Zumael, getting some spice. I like
I am
this.
I am very opposed to a place that is without sun and without the freedom of the people. But if you would like our credence, then yes, we would love N3, friend.
Well, first of all, we are not without the sun. But, no. And she just waves her hand, and the door to the castle opens.
It's not a fine fare that my friend Izzy demanded, but it's an entry. Would like to
The
enter.
door opens. Yeah. At full speed.
Izzy, are you still holding on?
The moment that Apollo makes to move, yeah, I grab back on again.
Okay.
And I fell off a little while ago, right?
You're getting scooped up if you
Oh,
allow.
cool. Oh, no.
But we're not going a full like dashing. This is just a regular run.
Just a regular run.
Trot.
You run into the room, and the door slams shut behind you. And
Uh-oh.
it is completely dark in here.
Solid dark vision.
Also dark vision, but going to light anyway.
Great.
No dark vision.
Ah! I can't see anything.
But still, there's
I...
light cantrip, but like a sort of small sun in my head. But Izzy, we can do something.
Oh, okay. I was
can
gonna
see
say
now.
I use prestidigitation to create a very temporary puff of light that like shows up for an instant and then goes away. Yeah, that's not gonna help us.
Like, I got the sun, fam. You're good.
Yeah, there's literally like a little tiny little sun just there in Zumail's palm.
Well, I suppose that works too.
You are in
Apollo
a
will
blank...
finally slow down.
Okay. You are in a blank room.
How big of a room?
It's about 20 feet by 20 feet. And there is one door.
The door we just
The one we
through,
came
yeah.
in, or another one?
Another one.
Another
The one that you came in disappeared.
Got it. So it's like, okay, that's damn. Let me see if Apollo is getting a sense of themselves. Okay, yeah. Apollo does not okay. Apollo just takes a few steps forward. Do we keep going?
Seems it's the only way to go. But what can we expect from such polite hosts?
Given consent from Zumael to proceed, Apollo believes that the best way through a door is like a window, and that's full force.
Okay, so you run through the door.
Did
And
you
you-
not learn the first?
And you run straight into a room that has a ginormous glass statue in the center of it. And there are a bunch of depictions on the walls. This glass statue is the same creature, or it looks like the same creature that you fought, or that you didn't fight. You threw on the ground and destroyed earlier.
Threw on the ground. I threw a lot of things on the ground. Oh, yes. I remember the spiny one.
Return to ash.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh, what did I break today?
Yeah, I was to say at this point we're getting about as specific as how many doors has Apollo smashed through.
Is this room illuminated outside of Zumail's light? Okay, so the light's how we see it. Okay.
Who's that?
It's one of the creatures we met when we first arrived. You have its ash still.
Oh, that's who it is.
And I pull out the clump of ash.
Oh, cool.
Does it is it like the same height and everything of the one I smashed earlier?
It's a little bit bigger.
I'm gonna go try to chip off one of its fingers.
Okay. So as soon as you do so,
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna hold on what Apollo was about to do then.
as soon as you go up and you touch the statue shatters.
Oh.
And you wait about 2 beats. And then the room has about 6 of them in there.
I'm gonna very slowly bend over to pick up one of the shattered pieces and go,
This is close enough to a finger.
I would like to, as a response, just use to create a gauntlet for my free hand, and just go feral as a bonus action.
Okay, you can absolutely do that. All 6, as you are doing that, all 6 of the creatures spawned in the room to specifically attack Winifred. So they're going to be doing that as you are going feral.
Yeah, that sounds about right. This is why Apollo touches things. Dang it.
So,
Friends.
We're with you, friend. We're getting a surprise round.
right.
Yeah, because that's all my action economy, so I can't do anything until.
wait, who gets a surprise round?
I don't know. Hopefully it's not. We're all able to just pile in and defend your small frame, but
Does a 20 hit you, Winifred?
Yes.
Okay. That's a crit. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay. So 2 hits. That's another crit on a different dice. Oh gosh. Hold on.
Oh no, Winifred.
Uh-oh. I just wanted a finger.
They did not like that. Okay. So, and then does a 17 hit you?
Yes, a 17 hits.
Okay. No, 13 doesn't hit you. Okay. Those 2 won't hit you, and then the last one will a 16 hit you.
Yes, a 16 will hit me.
All right, so you're getting a total of 5 hits.
Yep.
No big deal.
it's
Right?
fine.
I'm holding my little finger bit as, as they approach.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Proceed to look at reactions. Nope, you're on your own. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have a reaction.
That's okay. First of all, 9 piercing damage. That is not the crits. Those are just the 2 fork hits. They have these like tridents, and they're stabbing you with them, and then they're going to bite you.
I'm ready.
The first crit is 11 slashing damage.
Oh.
Second is 12 slashing damage.
All right. And as a reaction, I am going to, like a fae, just misty step 60 feet to an unoccupied space. Is there one that I can see within 60 feet?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, sweet. And then I become invisible until the start of my next turn. I'm gonna go
Okay.
just disappear.
Great. I love it. Okay, sounds great. I believe this is where we will roll initiative. Unless you don't want to fight them. But I mean, I feel like that's not an option for Apollo. So
It is totally an option. I'm just gonna talk with him with the force of 1,000 moons.
I meant specifically because they attacked Winifred.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, no. You thought the glass shattered.
I'm invisible. So, if you were like,
Yeah, I'm just trying
hey,
to.
let's negotiate with them or let's try to get out of here or something.
Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine the flavor behind like you just getting cut up by these strange entities and then you just vanish.
Oh yeah, fair. Yeah. That is
Yeah.
what you saw.
Apollo went feral to prepare and then watches people went poke, poke, bite, bite, poof. Yeah.
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 Okay. Wow, you all rolled really well.
Yeah, we did.
It only gets
Somehow.
worse from here.
I mean, thanks.
I rolled like really high, but I'm scared to go because that's going to give away my location, isn't it?
But that's also going to reassure the rest of your team that you didn't just die.
Oh, this is a good point.
So, like, mechanically, it's bad. Narratively, it's great.
Yes.
Swings and apples.
It is your turn, Winifred.
Fantastic. Wonderful. That's great. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, definitely for sure, is I'm going to send my little horsefly over to each of my party members to say,
I'm okay. I'm invisible. You can't see me, but I'm good.
to each one of you. And that'll be my action.
Okay. Sounds great. Anything else?
Can I do anything else? I'm going to hex the closest creature I can see within range.
Okay. Sounds good.
And that works like until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to a target whenever you hit it with an attack. Choose one ability when you cast the spell. Target has disadvantage on ability checks. I want it to have disadvantage on dexterity.
Okay.
And that's it. Because I used my action to buzz. So.
Yep. Does that mean that you turn visible again?
Oh, does it?
Because you
Usually does.
Spell. Cast a spell and you use an item. Actually, no, use
You
an
know
item's fine. Cast a spell does.
So she is not the brightest. And so after telling our party not to worry about her, she's invisible. She is going to cast Hex and drop her invisibility on accident and go, oh, crap! And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds like a plan. So you just heard that your friend, Winifred, is totally fine and invisible, and then all of a sudden she pops back to visibility. Apollo, it is your turn.
So I was trying to consider the best way to do this. And I'm going to use my action, right?
Yeah.
To animate the gauntlet that I just made.
Okay.
That is on my hand.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So now I have a magical animated gauntlet.
Perfect.
Then I'm going to rage and wild magic will trigger. And I'm so scared of what it's going to do. All right, wild surge. Do the roll. It's not doing the roll. That's a 3. What happens? An intangible spirit, which looks like a flump or a pixie, appears within 5 feet of one creature of my choice. And I can see within 30 feet. At the end of the current turn, it explodes, and each creature within 5 feet it must succeed on dex or take damage. And I can do this on each of my turns. So is there a spot where I can get most of these, like at least 2, if not 3 of these things?
There is a spot where 4 of them are.
Oh, that's right, because they all attacked Winifred.
Correct.
And there is
Oh,
one that
yeah.
gets disadvantage on dexterity checks.
So it is going to be right there in the middle of that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And it triggers at the end of the current turn. And then as a bonus action, I can do it again. So I am going to actually run up over there as well.
Uh-huh.
To be in the middle of them.
Okay.
It's going to end my turn because that's action and bonus action. And it's going to detonate. I need a dexterity saving throw. And they will, only those that fail will take 5 force damage.
So my highest, right, is a 10.
Oh, yeah, no, they all fail. So they'll take 5 force damage. And I am in the middle of all of them. I also got to double check my own
Okay.
dex just to be safe. And I succeed my own. Okay.
No worries. Sounds like a plan. Okay, that means it is Izu's turn.
How close together are these creatures?
Well, Apollo could get 4 of them within a 5-foot radius blast. So I'd say very close.
Okay, so would you arguably say that all 6 of them are within 10 feet of each other?
Oh, heck yeah.
Cool.
I
So
can
first
do-
things first. Protect your ears, protect your mind, because I'm bringing damage of a terrible kind. And that's going to be a bardic inspiration to my friend Apollo, because it's very likely that they're about to get caught in the crossfire of the shatter I'm about to put on top of everything in that
It's very
10-foot
likely.
space.
Very likely.
So right after that lovely bardic inspiration, it's just going to be a big old dissonant and a 10-foot shatter in that area, please. Con saves.
Con?
All right. So
Con.
we got a 12. We got a 3. We got a 4. We got a 16, a 7, and a 21.
The 16 and the 21 succeed. Everyone else fails.
I got a 21.
That will be unfortunately low on the die, but 7 thunder damage.
Okay.
I believe, right? Is that? Yeah, thunder damage. Oh, and I don't know if this was accounted for in your rolls, but a creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the throw.
Unfortunately, they are not made of those.
Cool. Just
they
checking.
are organic beings.
Gotcha. Cool.
Most likely, what you're assuming is summoned by the fact that this thing was broken. Okay, sounds like a plan. Thankfully for you anyway, all 4 of the creatures that did not succeed on their Constitution saving throws were the 4 that Apollo hit earlier. So they are not looking great.
I was truly hoping they would have exploded in a glorious fashion.
Unfortunately, no. They will eventually. Zumael.
If feeling inspired by the charge and the sudden blast of energy, seeing them also grouped together. Behold the divine power of the sun as dawn descends upon them from somewhere in this concealed room, so they all need to make constitution saves.
Okay.
Do I have to make this con?
Yes. Unless it's against only hostile creatures.
Or target creatures?
Or target
Not targeted. I think it's a fairly sizable cylinder. There's no way to angle it with.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Because they're directly in the middle of it.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, buddy.
Oh no, you're fine. That's a 21.
Because my
fair
dice
enough.
hate me today. 5, 2,
Fails.
12. 3, 11, and a 15.
And thanks to my level up, my save DC went up to 16. So yeah, that's all. That's fails all round. Each thing takes 40-10 radiant, and Apollo will take half of 40-10 radiant.
Sounds good to me.
Where are you gonna get to go again?
Only 15 radiant.
Only. All right, so that kills all 4 of the previously hurt ones. There are 2 left, and they are not looking good at all. However, they are going to attack Apollo. Let's use.
I would hope so.
That's a crit and an 18 to hit.
The 18 will miss.
Okay. And then 2 21s.
Oh, for the other 2 hits? Those will hit.
Okay. So we'll do the crit first. 12 damage.
Okay.
It is slashing damage. I do not know if you are raged.
I am.
Okay, so
6.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I'm having it.
The second one, the second hit is a 6 damage. And then I just stabbed myself.
I finally took actual damage.
Sharp D4s are really, really sharp.
Take your D4 damage.
And then 10 piercing damage from the fork.
We're good. I'm going to punch them into oblivion, but we're good.
Winifred, it is your turn.
Oh, did they end their turn in the cylinders of the door? Because then they're going to take more sunlight damage.
Oh, heck yeah, they did.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So each of them end their turn, so they both need to make the con saves again.
That's what happens when you walk into the area of the sunlight dawn. Apollo's sunlight dawn.
So
just
it's a 13 and a 16, so one of them makes it.
One of them makes it, so...
However, I don't think it's going to help much.
Well...
I guess they're lucky. They're going to get punched to oblivion. This might be a more merciful way to go.
So there's still 2 that are like.
Well, no, probably not. One takes 23, and the other one takes half of 23.
Oh, yeah, they're both gone. Like, 23 was the amount of hit points they had to start. So, like, this wasn't a fight meant to take very long. It was just supposed to be annoying.
Yeah, my punch would have killed everything.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, no, it wasn't a fight meant to take forever. It was a trap fight.
I stand there, seeing that they're all dead. I hold up the little bit, and I go,
I'm really sorry, everyone. I promise I won't touch anything ever again. Are you okay?
Are you okay? Just like whole hand over Winifred's face and just puts in a second. Third level cures.
Now, Winifred, we know that that's not true. We know that you're going to do it again. Just next time, make sure that we know so that we're ready. So that way we can smash them sooner.
You see her eyeballing the dead things on the floor as you're like, we know you're not going to do that again. Like,
The dead things are no longer on the floor. They turned to ash.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Is there another door?
There is another door.
So Apollo still rage shifted and got this animated gauntlet. We're punching the door.
Okay, you punch the door, and even I like this one is not like the first one. You just like it's obliterated. It's gone. No more door.
Yeah, Apollo's gonna keep running through and look for other things to punch.
Okay. I will point out to the rest of you that there are plenty of engravings and depictions on the walls. So I don't know if you want to pay attention to them.
Can I
Zumail will
recognize any
definitely.
of them?
Yeah, Zumail definitely. Also, Winifred heals 14 HP.
14?
1-4, yes.
Awesome. Excellent.
Thank you.
Apollo, you do notice that no one is following you.
Yeah, the problem is Apollo's in. I used all my feral pieces, so looking for something to punch.
Okay, alrighty.
What are the symbols on the wall here?
Strange markings that seem to be describing something.
They seem to be pictures. There are
They
plenty
look like pictures.
Sorry, continue.
She's doing great.
Oh, it's like the soccer mom at a school play. You're doing great, sweetie. What are the actual pictures,
Okay.
Game Master?
How many ways can we break our DM?
Per session.
So many
In the same way we
ways.
could break these goblins and gnomes, apparently.
Yeah. Although I don't think you're punting me, so.
No,
Anyway.
but we're still kicking things way off course.
Fair, but that's okay. The pictures on the wall, many of them depict this tall, slender, beautiful woman whose face is both eerie and enchanting to look at. She has a long tail, but otherwise she looks human in most of them. In some of them, she has horns. And in some of them, she's sitting on a throne in front of people, some in the lakes of lava, but all in different types of suffering. She is sitting next to someone. There are 2 thrones, but most of them depict like the edge of the second throne so that you know it's there, but hers is focused on. Or some of them, the other throne is empty and she is the only one sitting in the thrones. Others, she's walking around. She has this gleeful look on her face whenever she sees the suffering of the people. You can see that she is a shapeshifter of some sorts, and that she is ruling this plane of suffering.
Does her image in any of these images, for lack of a better word, hold any sort of sense of familiarity?
Roll a history check or insight. Any of you who are looking for this can do that.
I think they are one and the same for me, but let's see. Yep.
Oh, team, go.
That'll be a 12.
Okay.
The glint in her eyes is very, very familiar for you, Izzy. You can't place it, but you know you've seen those eyes before.
Zumail got a 17 on their history.
You recognize basically the facial structure and the eyes on these paintings and the depictions. They're the face, much younger, but they are the face of the older lady that you met. in the glass store.
Are we going to be taking a long rest at any point soon? I asked for a very particular reason.
Mm,
I will allow you to have a long rest before next episode, only because it is the last episode.
That's more terrifying.
So, okay. So Winifred is going to start pulling out some of her skulls and her bones and things like that, and
Uh, I'm gonna try and contact grandmother again, but I'm gonna do it with a lot more focus and intent.
I'm actually going to use a spell that I have acquired since leveling up called Contact Other Plane.
Okay.
And
If this goes bad, and it could, because it requires an intelligence roll, and I'm negative in that arena, you'll have to take care of me until I take a long rest or figure out how to fix it. Okay?
All right, Winifred, we will help you.
Let me know if you have any questions.
No.
She can help us figure things out.
We are not going to help you. You are not going to fail.
Oh,
Well
okay.
said.
Okay, well, help me think of questions anyways. I'm
don't
gonna do
fail.
this. Okay. I'm not gonna fail.
We will ask you questions after you succeeded.
Has
Okay.
it been a minute since
Oh, yeah.
everything got murdered?
Yeah.
Okay, so Apollo will start to shrink down.
Okay. Do you come back?
so
Yeah, after I'm assuming I didn't find any other glass people,
No.
because otherwise I would have punched all the glass.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was rid of that.
Oh no.
When Apollo comes back, Izzy's gonna pet them.
Oh no. So Winifred sits down, arranges all of the bones and things, pulls out her tome, goes into like a very deep meditative state, begins chanting something in Sylvan, and says,
I'm gonna contact grandmother now.
and then she's gonna roll a 4 on her intelligence savings throw.
I am going to DM override that. You have advantage because of Zumael and Disney.
Our friendship.
Yay!
Power of friendship.
Natural 20. So a 19.
It's a
Really? I
powerful
thought you'd keep
friendship.
the 4.
That was the most anime moment in history.
Really?
Our friendship giving you advantage. That's got to be a.
Just waiting
Madame.
for that uplifting score. Do 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 do.
Dun,
do.
dun, dun,
So
dun,
for
dun,
like
dun.
a split moment, you see Winifred like beginning to take the pain and then going,
No, they said I'm gonna succeed. I've got this.
and then I'm gonna break through. And on a successful save, I can ask the entity up to 5 questions. I must ask questions before the spell ends in 1 minute. GM answers each question with 1 word, such as yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, or unclear. If a 1-word answer would be misleading, the GM might instead offer a short phrase as an answer. So 5 questions.
I did it. I'm there. 5 questions. First one is oh no. The lady in the images, grandmother, is she the princess that we're supposed to be meeting?
Yes.
Okay. You guys have anything? Any questions?
Apollo shrunk before or after everything was announced, so Apollo has no idea what's going on.
How are you?
No, we only get 4 more.
Oh, right.
What is her weakness?
Mm.
Let me look. Come up with other questions because
Okay.
DM doesn't remember.
Let me get back to you later.
Everyone, help me. We have 3 more.
How do we find her?
Okay, yes.
she will find you.
Okay,
How do,
she's gonna find us.
how do we free the mirror masks?
How, grandmother? How do we free the mirror people? The mirror masked people.
Destroy the princess.
Destroy the princess. You never did get back to me on her weakness.
Kind of an important detail here.
That will be something that I will have to get back to you on because I don't have her stats pulled up right now. So I don't remember exactly.
Grandmother's gonna let me know later, everyone. Okay, we have one more.
One more question.
Unless I
one
did
more
my math
question.
wrong. Yeah, okay. There's a lot of pressure.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know, is this the same question or not, but how do we defeat her?
How can we defeat her?
Don't let her get into your heads. Her
Oh,
best power is to make you turn on yourselves.
Not the force of 1,000 moons.
okay.
Remember what I said earlier. We all need to have the ego of an artist. Nothing else matters.
We are all artists.
I think that's
Exactly.
backwards.
See, we're already halfway there.
We're a wizard of the fair.
And that is where today's adventure will end.
I drop out. I relay all information.
All right. Thank you, everyone who has watched tonight. It has been a fantastic episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. This is the penultimum episode. So the second to last. I really am excited for next week and to see what these lovely folks do with this princess. I'm going to let them outro themselves, tell you where you can find them, and let's have a great night. We'll start with Casual again.
What can I say? It's Jay Casual Campbell again. All social media is at Casual_Campbell. Twitch is Casual Campbell. I have the charisma of 1,000 moons where I do storytelling, story writing, and all kinds of similar things. I'm an overall entertainer, actor, stand-up comedian, and I make people laugh and feel good by making them remember that they're loved and appreciated. And I'm doing a lot of things coming up soon that I can't remember because I'm terrible. I have every other Sunday I do a Forge of Fate steampunk stream on my Twitch channel. Once a month, I do at least one D&D themed stream. I forgot what I even did last month. July is looking like it's going to be Greek month. So I'll be doing a Greek-themed 5e one-shot, at least one, maybe two. We'll see, for people to enjoy. And that will kind of coincide with the release of my Deep Breath 5e compatible experience, a retro-futuristic high fantasy inspired by anime, manga, and JRPGs, where you get to enjoy glorious stone-built castle with massive digital displays, Victorian-style blimps powered by lightning mages, and even a cyberpunk-enhanced land of samurai, where you have the ability to be the anime protag of your dreams. We have classes designed after Super Saiyans from Dragon Ball, Shinobis from Naruto, Soul Reapers from Bleach. We also have One Piece, Full Metal Alchemist, there's mechs, and there's also some stuff that's inspired by Attack on Titan. There's a lot of anime goodness that's involved in this project, and it's great that I've been able to work on it. So stay tuned for next month for the playtest content. So make sure to take a deep breath and exhale excitement.
I loved that. I love that so much. Beth.
Hello, I'm Beth the Bard, everywhere at It's Beth the Bard. I am DMing She is the Ancient, a gender bent Curse of Strahd every Tuesday here on Gilding Light. I am also finishing up a DM's Guild guide by the same name so that you can, nab all the same ideas and run this for your own table. That's, most of my focus right now. And I'll be doing more later. I'll be showing up in other people's shows and stuff too with other fun characters at some point over the summer. So yeah, and that is me. So next up.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Adam.
I am Adam. You can find me on all of the social medias at Is It Tinkerer, very subtle Magic the Gathering references. I make a lot of content across the interwebs. I write about PC and tabletop gaming on my website, fantasticuniverses.com. Very excited to get some very unique titles that we're able to review and guide on there. You can find me writing Dungeons and Dragons supplements to level up your games on the Apotheosis Studios blog, monsters and items, and other good bits of news in and around the Dungeons and Dragons sphere of influence. For PC and video game references and reviews and articles, you can find my writing on .gg. Find my Let's Plays on YouTube at The Hostile Atmosphere. Actually, I really need to plug this. You can find me old Let's Plays of me dungeon mastering games for the lovely people over at No Ordinary Heroes. I produce podcasts and I make a lot of content, and pretty soon that may include some content with these fine people, but I'll badger them in a minute once we're off the air. But I make a lot of content and I enjoy all of the content that I make.
Amazing. Thank you very much. And last but certainly not least, Eddie.
Hi everyone, I'm Eddie, your local friendly neighborhood discount bard. You can find me on all the various social medias at Discount Bard. I'm also here on Twitch, where you can find me on Tuesdays and Thursdays primarily, sometimes on the weekend where I do variety content, mostly Sea of Thieves these days, but I change it up here and there. You can also find me on a whole bunch of different other tabletop shows that I'm doing. I'm here on Sundays with Casual Campbell doing Volcania Forge of Fate. I'm also going to be joining another show in the fall that has been yet to be named that I'm very excited about, with a lovely Goblin Artificer that I'm so excited to bring back. And I also working on putting together a Sea of Thieves tabletop RPG that I'll be doing at some time in a TBD date. It's probably going to be in the next month or two, but there'll be more to see about that in the near future. Overall, just fun time storyteller, love making people laugh, and I'm here to entertain you when the price is right.
Amazing. Thank you all so much. I really enjoyed running this adventure for you. I hope you all enjoyed playing and the viewers enjoyed watching. My name is Fenway Jones, also known as Fenway the Teen DM on Twitter and at Jasper's Game Day and all of the social media. I do lots of things, playing games. I have a game every other Sunday. I have this game, and then I have my game on Tuesdays with I'm playing in She is the Ancient with Beth. And so it's super exciting, and you should definitely check out my Twitter for my link tree and Patreon and all of the fun things. So thank you all so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.
Bye.
Force of 1,000 Moons.
Wow.